Dear friends, welcome to Know Thyself YouTube Channel. Good morning. Hope you're all staying safe and keeping well. I sincerely thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel and follow the channel. If you find the contents of the videos uploaded in this channel useful, please subscribe to this channel and click the notification or the bell icon so that you can be notified when a video is uploaded. Kindly share the videos with others or in the internet. In this episode of Sunday Reflection segment, we present the homily for the fourth Sunday of the year, based on the liturgical readings of the sea cycle. The readings of the fourth Sunday's liturgy dwell on the theme, witnessing to the truth despite rejection. Martin Luther King Jr. believed that all are created equal, and so he dreamt of a nation without division, segregation and discrimination, a nation of free and liberated people truly living as brothers and sisters despite their many differences. He believed that if people showed goodwill towards each other, they could turn the mountain of despair into mountain of hope and transform the jaggling discords existed in the nation into a beautiful symphony. As a true prophet of his time, he believed that he has to work towards accomplishing the equality and brotherhood of all. Seeing a lot of people not sharing his conviction, he went from city to city calling the people of the United States of America to take the nation's Declaration of Independence, which guarantees equality for all, seriously. Despite opposition and threats, he strived hard to actualize the goal of freedom and equality for all and sacrificing his own life for this cause. Though he could not accomplish his goal because of his untimely assassination, the movement he led achieved his goal in due time, drawing strength from the faith, hope, and love that inspired Martin Luther King Jr. and his liberation movement. The liturgy and the readings of the fourth Sunday of the year invite us to show the courage of Christian convictions, stand up for and witness to what we believe in, and work for the liberation and well-being of all despite hatred and rejection we may experience. In the first reading, Prophet Jeremiah describes his prophetic call by God and his vocation as a prophet. While calling Jeremiah, God makes 4 assertions regarding him and his prophetic mission. These affirmations are: I formed you, I knew you, I dedicate you, and I appoint you. The first assertion, I formed you, indicates that God is the author of Jeremiah's life. The second assertion, I knew you, points to God's foreknowledge of Jeremiah before he was conceived in the womb of his mother. The third assertion, I dedicate you, designates that God consecrating Jeremiah as a prophet. The fourth assertion, I appointed you, manifests God entrusting Jeremiah with the mission of being a prophet to the people of Israel. At the start of Jeremiah's ministry, God tells the young and fearful prophet to brace up for action without being intimidated by the people to whom he is sent. God assures the prophet that though the people will hate him, fight him, persecute him, and reject him, they will not prevail over him. Finally, Yahweh promises to make Jeremiah like a fortified city, a pillar of iron and a wall of bronze, in order to confront the kings, princes, and priests and the people of Judah and to teach them God's ways. In the second reading, St. Paul proclaims his deep belief and conviction that he was chosen by Jesus to be an apostle to the Gentiles. Hence, despite the fact that he was personally attacked by certain Christian groups in Corinth with conviction that he is called and sent by Jesus. He appeals to the Corinthian Christian community, which is at the verge of self-destruction because of competition, jealousy, and divisiveness, to give up their divisive mindset and groupism by recognizing the presence of Jesus both in each member of the community and in the community as a whole. He advises them to use their spiritual gifts not selfishly, but for the good of all, to be submissive to lawful authorities, to let go rivalries, and to redirect their efforts towards mutual love and service of each other. Finally, he proclaims the primacy of Christian charity by telling them that all gifts such as knowledge, faith, prophecy, and generosity are useless if they do not submit their life to the law of love, the true driving force of all life, both in time and eternity. In the Gospel, St. Luke narrates Jesus' visit to the synagogue at Nazareth. His preaching there on the Sabbath, and the people of Nazareth rejecting Jesus as the prophet of liberation and promised Messiah. The people of Nazareth were initially amazed and surprised by Jesus' eloquent preaching and authoritative message. Yet they neither accepted him as the promised Messiah nor believed in his eloquent preaching and authoritative message, because he belonged to the carpenter's family that does not have high social standing. When Jesus admonished them for their lack of faith in him and pointed out their sinful attitudes such as selfishness and lack of justice and mercy, their amazement and surprise turned into displeasure. Their displeasure turned into hatred and anger towards Jesus when he attempted to prove his claim that he was the promised Messiah by referring to prophets Elijah and Elisha as having been sent to the Gentiles rather than Jews, thereby indicated that God would reject them also, because they have rejected Jesus the Messiah, like the Jews of the times of Elijah and Elisha, who rejected the prophets sent to them by God. Moved by hatred and anger, the people of Jesus' hometown wanted to do away with him by throwing him from the brow of the hill on which their town was built. Jesus, after telling them that a prophet was not accepted by his people, escaped by slipping into the crowd. On this fourth Sunday of the year, the readings and the liturgy invite us, firstly, to face rejection in our lives with prophetic courage and optimism. The readings of today's liturgy present how Prophet Jeremiah, St. Paul, and Jesus experienced rejection in their vocation and ministry, as each of them was rejected by the people of the respective communities they served as ministers of God. The readings also point out how courageously they moved on with their mission by accepting rejection as a matter of fact reality that occurs in everyone's vocation and mission. Hence, the readings invite us to accept rejection and denouncement we may experience from our family members, neighbors, colleagues at work, and move on to do the good we are called to do with courage and conviction. Secondly, the liturgy today calls us not to reject God and people in our lives. The reason people to whom Prophet Jeremiah, St. Paul, and Jesus were sent rejected them was their message being not acceptable to the people, and what they preached hurt people's pride. In the same way, often we reject God and others, what they believe in, and what they speak to us, and their actions, because they hurt our pride and ego. Hence, we must examine our attitudes towards others and God to see if we reject them because of our self-centeredness, egoism, and pride, and bring about needed changes in our thoughts, words, and deeds. Finally, the liturgy today calls us to cultivate the genuine convictions and courage to witness to Jesus and to the truth. Like Prophet Jeremiah, St. Paul, Jesus, and Martin Luther King Jr., we should have the courage to speak out what is right with due respect towards others who have a different perspective from us in the context of our everyday living. We should not let what we think socially right or what is convenient to make us compromise with the truths of our faith, which we are called to witness as Christians. As we move into this new week, let us make every effort to accept rejection with courage and continue our mission with determination, not to reject people because of our selfishness, egoism, and pride, and to cultivate genuine convictions and attitude of courage so that we can stand up for and witness to the truths of our Christian faith, despite the rejection we may experience in our life. Amen. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed until we see you again with another video.